it's good news that there's a lot of players out there that are bringing together large data sets to deal with the fragmentation challenge that we're all facing. That level of fragmentation is increasing and getting worse by the month, not better. So you have to have a large data set as your starting point to be able to handle that challenge. Because everyone that wants to take an audience-first approach, everyone that wants to measure as much inventory that they're booking across all of their TV investments as possible, needs to do that with that foundation in place. Why? Because when you start layering on audiences, when you start layering on KPIs, when you start layering on geography, that sample actually starts to break down a bit quicker than you might think. So yes, sure, you can apply all sorts of modeling and data science to what you have access to, but you want to have as large of a deterministic sample as that starting point. We think that's pretty foundational and the core of what we're trying to build at Ampersand.
And do you have any examples of how this applies? What advertisers should know about this?
Yeah, I think what's important too is that every marketer is going to have different needs. So we see that core ability coming to life in different ways. If you're a national advertiser that wants to layer on their targeted media, their addressable television with what they're already doing nationally, they'll be able to very precisely figure out where their national media starts to be less efficient in driving reach and where more of an addressable approach, targeting underserved viewers, can start to give them more bang for their buck. Similarly, on the local side, there will be advertisers that we work with every day where we can now quantify which markets their investments with the linear media that we have access to at a DMA level are working harder for them than what they're already doing with the local stations, and to have a very sort of quick and easy to digest method to calculate where their media weight is in imbalance with their actual reach of their key audience. And that story is frequently different DMA by DMA. Boston is not going to behave the same as Phoenix, for example.
And you mentioned a lot there about national versus local addressable. Are there any other issues as far as the two distinct ways to try to get into a household?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of activity right now to try to solve the measurement challenges that we have for national advertisers and for national publishers. And we are working with a lot of those players ourselves. But we also operate an extremely robust local media portfolio and addressable TV. And one thing that I think we have not made enough progress in as of yet is to bring some of those innovations that a lot of these emerging third-party companies have developed for national measurement to the local arena. I think the other piece is to show that they can incorporate an addressable television measurement program into what they're doing nationally. We're not waiting. We're developing a lot of that ourselves, tied to the media that we have access to. But I think that's where we want to see a little bit more investment and more activity with where a lot of the third parties are right now.
Now, finally, Justin, I was hoping you could just give us your perspective, let's say, on what you expect to see happen in the next 6 months to a year. What's on your plate, or is there anything you'd like to see? Anything that's keeping you up at night?
I think, look, we're entering a difficult economic environment, at least in the media and technology space. And what that means is I think you're going to see more of a focus for each individual player in this ecosystem on what they do best and what their core competency is. You're already seeing this in how resources are being allocated. You can't be everything to everyone. Again, when fragmentation is what it is, there's no one player that's going to come in and solve it. And I think a lot of some of the slowness we've seen in getting to where we want to be is because a lot of the emerging solutions have tried to do that. Now there's an opportunity to say, what is it that you do best? What is it that you focus on? Let's do that and form partnerships so that there's optimization between capabilities, between maybe someone that measures national well and someone that has a really strong multi-screen inventory pool, for example, and how those can work together, or how one data owner and a second data owner can partner in a privacy compliant way thanks to things like clean room technologies. I think those types of collaborative solutions will start to emerge because the marketplace will dictate that it has to.